and welcome back to the Game Collection podcast. I'm your marketing boy, Matt, and as always, I'm joined by the one, the only. He is a tweet master extraordinaire, king of memes, and the man with the facial hair. He is Mr. Jack here. How we doing?
I mean, of the three there, I will certainly accept the facial hair comment. The other two are heavily up for debate, but I will take them from you. Thank you very much. I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, you know, we got to be, haven't we? We move. How are you?
I'm lovely. I'm also well.
Wonderful. Are you well?
I'm well. We're recording this as we usually do on a Wednesday, and it's sunny here for the first time in what feels like forever. I'm sure it'll rain again at some point, but there's sunshine in my heart, Jack, because once again we are here together, primed to talk about video games and answer some wonderful questions from our equally wonderful community. So,
bro does not have a heart, and yes. Yes, but yes to the rest. It's good to be back, as always. This is indeed the highlight of our week, as we always say. I got some banging questions and some cool stuff to celebrate with regards to Mario Day. We're talking some survival horror again, because it's life.
Resi is life.
Resi is indeed life. But not just that, there's Fatal Frame this week too. Lots going on, lots to discuss, and we are, as always, very grateful for everybody that has chipped in.
We absolutely are. Quick disclaimer at the start, these are all of our own thoughts. It's not that deep, folks. Publishers, please don't be mad if we rag on anything that you've ever done. But yes, these are just two guys of varying degrees of hairiness chatting games. So, you know. Always
poetic.
Always good. I'm going to save the musical number for there is one. It is coming.
Wonderful.
But I'm going to say it for now because you mentioned Pocopia there. Because it's Mario related. The musical number is Mario related today. Before we jump into Mario Day, I just wanted to touch on Pocopia because you put something up that made me laugh out loud when I saw it.
Same.
Which is like the dialogue from Pocopia has been going viral, and I think low key Pokemon over the years has had some of the most goated dialogue in video games, and it made me think. I wanted to ask you, what other games have got incredible writing, incredible dialogue, funny non sequiturs? I like shorts. Thanks, youngster. Thank you.
Pokemon. Conker's Bad Fur Day it's got to be up there, right? I mean, I was way too young to play that game, and some of those jokes didn't even fully land until later in life. But my God, what a ride Conker's Bad Fur Day is.
I never thought a poo would get me into musicals, but here we are.
And here we are. Vice City, San Andreas, like I feel like GTA has got this kind of just underrated comedic vibe going on, especially Vice City. I mean, I've got a soft spot in it's my favorite GTA. But yeah, some of the dialogue in that is fire. And I even kind of like some of the combos in Resi 7, believe it or not. I mean, I didn't Resi mention.
That's bold.
But yeah, I mean, you know, like nice dinner party and so on. Like, yeah, it's got its moments. I think Resi in general has got its moments. Even Resi 4. I like, where's everybody going? Bingo. You know, it's got some absolute bangers. So yeah. Though I mean, if you gun to the head, pick one that genuinely made me like cry laughing is Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, that's a great game. It's so great. I think like
yes, it is.
There are some old school point and click adventures that have got some absolutely phenomenal writing. I mean, the Monkey Island series is
I thought you might mention that.
is just phenomenal. I have mentioned it before on a podcast. I'm going to mention it again, but I absolutely love the way HK47 is written in Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. It's going around calling everybody meatbags, being just an absolutely psychotic droid that just wants to assassinate people and is just champing at the bit to go kill some fools for you, his master. It's wonderful. It's just really dark humor. It's my favorite dialogue in games. Meatbags.
Meat bags.
I think if I ever had a cat or a dog, I'd probably have to name it Meatbag.
Fire.
Affectionately.
Of course.
Affectionately.
It's all love.
But yeah. Yeah, Pokemon low-key underrated, I think, over the years for some of its incredibly nonsensical dialogue.
I mean, what are video games is not for escapism, right? Like,
Love it.
sensical,
Love it.
like, out the window. Give me all of the nonsensical, like, comedic gold.
I do wonder though, because obviously it hit 88 Metacritic. We are currently
Unreal.
at the time of recording. We were a little disappointed really, because I think the allocation of stock that we got was you can't predict review scores, but I think the minute that score dropped, anything over an 85 tends to just go a bit bananas. Reviews are still really relevant, guys, especially for us retailers, and you always see it. Like, sales don't lie. The minute a Metascore drops like that, people tend to go absolutely nuts. And so it was unsurprising that it sold out kind of like that. But it's really hard to find any stock right now. And I was reading a report the other day that said Nintendo had basically just sort of underestimated the power of a positive review, and possibly didn't even know that they had a 90 troubling banger on their hands. And it's kind of like, that's bonkers to me in a way, because like, it's a Pokemon game. Like, come on.
I mean, let's get this place humid. Like, what a line from Bulbasaur, man. Let's get this place humid.
So yeah, I'm hoping we are. I believe more stock is coming. But yeah, crazy for that launch week to sort of see so many places out of stock.
We are hopeful for more stock by the end of this week, I believe. Obviously, today is Wednesday. That's when we're recording. This goes out on Friday, and I really do hope that there's some stock on the site by then. If not, sorry, but it's to be expected, I believe.
Yeah. Either way, incredible game, incredible dialogue. Absolute banger, getting us off to a flyer. Let's talk Mario, because Tuesday, March 10th, Mario Day. And yeah, I've prepared a little musical number just to sort of illustrate kind of what Mario means to me. Long-time listeners will know that I grew up on a steady diet of Nintendo. So Mario holds a special place in my heart. And because he holds a special place in my heart, today's musical number is a song with heart in the title. I have no idea how this is going to go, because I really think it needs two voices, but because of Teams lag, I don't know if Jack can help me, and obviously I haven't actually briefed Jack on anything that's about to happen. So,
as always,
let's just see how we go. I need to not start too high, otherwise I'm going to have to punch myself in the nads to try and hit notes. That would actually probably do really well content-wise.
Yep.
I don't think anyone wants to see that, but actually the internet, yeah.
Clip that, man. Clip that and get it up. There's engagement to be farmed. Careful now.
Right. Mario, every game you're in is just a joyful time. I've got memories with all of my friends, Mario. Even when I get blue-shelled right at the finish line, I'm laughing through a curtain of tears, Mario. Every now and then I feel a little bit scared that all the best of all your years have gone by, Mario. But then I play your new stuff and there's always some gameplay that serves to blow my tiny little mind, Mario. Fun times. Every now and then I need your games. Fun times. Every now and then I need your games. 'Cause when the world's not feeling right, you always make things so much better. Mario.
Dan Band. You absolutely Dan Banded the disclaimer this week.
I had to do the Dan Band version.
That is... I'm going to put it out there now. That is my favorite disclaimer you've ever done. I felt it. I mean, and you just executed it perfectly.
Thank you.
And Teams Lag would have indeed ruined an otherwise perfect rendition of Total Eclipse of the Heart. So I am immensely proud of you as always, and do me a favor, even if we don't put that anywhere, can you just clip that for me, please?
Yes.
I'm going to need that.
I'll clip the unbeeped version for you, because we'll probably
Hell
have
yeah.
to. Yeah. But it felt right doing the Dan Band version. Fans as we both are of old school.
Yes. What a wonderful film.
What a wonderful, amazing film. We are actually going to get onto some films from the early noughties later on, thanks to some cracking community questions. But yes, Mario Day was Tuesday. If you want some Mario in your life, and when the world's not feeling right, Mario makes things so much better. Do head over to the Game Collection, where we will still, at the time of recording, be offering triple reward points on a bunch of Mario games right through until Sunday night, I believe. So yeah, add some Mario goodness to your basket, fill it up, hit checkout, get triple reward points on a bunch of selected titles only at the Game Collection. But yeah, Mario Day.
yeah.
Jack, Mario's been a big part of your life. He's been a big part of mine. What are your top 3 Mario games? I think I know number 1. I think long-term listeners will probably know number 1. But yeah, top 3 Mario games?
So we'll go 3 to 1, even though 1, as you said, is very obvious to anybody that's listened to us talk Mario in the past. At number 3, Super Mario All-Stars. A bit of a cop-out because it contains multiple games, but it holds a special place in my heart because it was the first Mario game I ever owned. I had it with my SNES console, which was the greatest Christmas day of my life. And yeah, it blew my tiny little mind and introduced me to games that obviously were even released before I was born. So yeah, at number 3, Super Mario All-Stars. God bless you. I love you. And thank you for the intro. At number 2, probably the Mario game I've played the most in my life. It's Super Mario Land 2, 6 gold coins on Game Boy. That I can just pick up and play at any time, and it just fills me with joy. Like I've played it so many times. I just you just know where everything is, where everything's coming from, and you just could almost play it without looking. It's just a joy from start to finish. Honorable mention, of course, to Super Mario Land as well. Before that on Game Boy, that was also incredible. But Mario Land 2 just improved on that in every single way, and is hands down. It hands down had to be in my top 3. Number 1, too little to no surprise to nobody. It's Super Mario 3D World, which is the greatest Mario game ever made. I will die on that hill. I don't really care if I have any company or not. Mouse drop.
Yep. That wasn't surprising at all.
No, I mean, no, it wasn't, right? But for me, Mario 3D World is just it. I picked up a Wii U like way after. It's actually when I hadn't long started working here, and I picked up a Wii U, and yeah, it was the first game in so long. I just couldn't wait to finish work and get I'd made no plans with anyone for weeks when that came out. It was just like not when it came out. Sorry, when I got my Wii U, I just spent every evening just absolutely engrossed in collecting everything, getting all the stamps, and that final level in Mario 3D World. I've said it before. It did take 10 years off my life, but what a just truly remarkable video game. So many ideas in that game, just kind of used once or twice that you could probably build full Mario games on. The shadow levels, just wonderful ideas in true Nintendo fashion. 10 out of 10, no question.
I think that's it. I don't. There's magic going on there, right? Because you think, and this was a line in the musical number. You think that how can they where is there left to go? And yet they find places.
Yeah,
and that's especially impressive, I think, with the 2D games. Wonder came out, and it's wonderful. It's so joyous. It's so amazing. There are mechanics in that you've just not seen before. They still find ways to sort of just get more juice from that orange. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's they still find ways to innovate and build and not rest on their laurels and create. Just Mario's just pure joy. It's just pure joy. And yeah, 3D
That
World is phenomenal.
so I'm actually more intrigued to hear your top 3.
So I wanted to give an honorable mention to Mario Tennis back on the N64, which was something that
Okay.
I played the absolute hell out of. And this is back in the day when like you really had to milk a game for all it was worth, and I absolutely loved Mario Tennis. Like, I'm not a sporty man. I don't really like, I enjoy watching a lot of sports, but like, yeah, video game sports all the time. Mario video game sports, goated. So like, shout out Super Mario Strikers as well. It's one of the best football games ever made. But yeah, special honorable mention to Mario Tennis, and especially Boo, who you could hit a slice with and it would just curl almost in like a boomerang U shape. Like the Boo serves were almost impossible to get back. Anyway,
Amazing.
yeah. So I want to kind of put 2 games in third place because it's a sort of
You're not allowed. You're not allowed. No.
You literally had All Stars, which is like,
yeah, but you know what? I said it with conviction. I didn't be dancing around. I wasn't dancing around these honorable mentions and all this like namby-pamby crap. I was just like, do you know what? Give me 3 games, man. All right, let's just own it.
Okay, I could do this. I can cull my Mario children.
Because it seems you are really struggling to do this.
No, it's okay. Right, this may surprise some people. In third place is Super Mario Sunshine. I know for many people, they'd be like, "How dare you put Super Mario Sunshine on a top 3 list over Super Mario 64?" And generally, I believe you would be right. And if Super Mario 64 had been the first platform I played on the N64, perhaps my view would be different. But it wasn't. It was Banjo-Kazooie, and that is one of the most goated platformers of all time. So
Yep.
I feel like, I love Super Mario 64. I can appreciate its place in the pantheon, but I've just got a really lovely soft spot for Super Mario Sunshine. You're just going around cleaning up things with like a hose jetpack, right? Like, it's just cool. It's just
What's
vibes.
not to love?
It's just vibes, man. Like, the vibes in Sunshine are wonderful and immaculate, and everything's just really pretty, and I love that game.
That and you are a die-hard GameCube fan, right? I mean,
yes,
it's and I have a lot of time for that. Like, you are a
which makes second place probably quite unsurprising as well, because my favorite Mario Kart is Mario Kart Double Dash. It just is, and a large part of that is it's got some phenomenal tracks. It's got some absolutely phenomenal tracks in it. The sort of the dual character gameplay, really interesting. It was the first time we sort of really introduced kind of different carts that could do different things and handle in different ways. It's awesome. And special power-ups that the chain jump is so cool. But for all of those amazing tracks and level designs, the most time me and my mates used to spend is on Baby Park, which is a 7-lap. It's just an oval. It's just an oval with a central partition that you can't cross, but shells can. So over the course of 7 laps, it just becomes absolute chaos.
Shellfest.
Particularly because like everyone used to pick Bowser's, so you get Bowser and Bowser Jr. And the special for Bowser was obviously a shell that just was like 5 times larger than everyone else's shells, and so you've just got like 10 Bowser shells just going absolutely nuts over this central part. Anyway, complete chaos, loads and loads of fun.
That's anyone's race, isn't it? That's anyone's race. Like,
to me, that's Mario Kart distilled. It's like there's not even any time or any space for rubber banding. It's just carnage. Everyone's off you go, all the best. You're gonna get absolutely wrecked. So yeah, I love Double Dash for that reason. And then number 1, I think it's got a shout at being possibly the best game of all time. Super Mario Galaxy is just phenomenal. Specifically Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. Obviously, you can get 1 and 2 double pack. We sell it for Nintendo Switch, and it works really, really, really nicely. That's still a 9.5 out of 10. But
it's also in our Triple Rewards promotion.
It is also in our Triple Rewards promotion. So yeah, if you haven't played those games, that's a great way to experience them. But the Wii's motion controls are a
Yep.
little bit, they're a bit different to the Switches. So, you know, there are things in the original Super Mario Galaxy that just work a little better, a little smoother for the platform they were designed to, right? In the same way that kind of GoldenEye feels a little wrong on an Xbox pad, but you know, slot a Nintendo 64 controller in, and suddenly it's lovely.
Everything's right with the world again.
Yes. So Super Mario Galaxy, 10 out of 10 game. Well, and the sequel, to be fair. But like, yeah.
I was going to ask you about this. Like, so you would put Galaxy over Galaxy 2?
Yes, Jack, it's my list, and I will do whatever I want. But I think when so two was a nice sort of evolution, but I think Galaxy 1 just blew my mind when it came out. I was just like, what? And it's like so much of what Nintendo developed themselves for the Wii did that. Because again, that console was like nothing we'd ever seen. Galaxy was like a first introduction to like, okay, what's a Mario game going to look like on this? Oh my lord, it's better than anything I could have possibly imagined.
Yep.
This is the greatest thing quite possibly ever.
I was not poo-pooing your list, my friend. I was not saying, like, although I did tell you to go paranoid and pick 3.
Son. DX.
I was actually more disappointed that you put the Mario Kart game in your top 3. But hey, to each his own.
It's possibly one of the greatest franchises ever.
Just feel like it's a wasted pick. But hey, as you say,
no time spent playing Mario Kart has ever been wasted.
That's
phenomenal game.
Upon reflection, I do deem that statement to be true.
But yes, thank you, Mario, for just giving these 2 rapidly aging men so much fun.
This, absolutely. And the new Mario movie comes out on the 1st of April, right? And Donald Glover, Childish Gambino is Yoshi, man. Like, how do we feel about this? I'm hyped because I like Childish Gambino.
I love Donald Glover. I want to hear him go blah.
Wow, it won't be any better than that. That was a phenomenal.
Should have hired me, guys. You know, I do some voice work. Like if any casting agents are watching this and they need a Yoshi, like blah. There you go.
I'd be more amazed if there's a casting agent. I'd be more amazed if there is in fact a casting agent watching this. But hey, you shoot your shot, my friend.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, even if they're shots in the relative darkness of a super obscure gaming podcast that 4 people listen to. So, but we love you 4 people.
We love you 4 people. Thank you for always being there for us.
And yes, I was wondering before the podcast, is Yoshi male or female? And actually, because, you know, male casting, but lays eggs. And then I did a bit of research, and canonically, and Miyamoto himself has backed this up. Yoshi is male, but the species Yoshi belongs to are asexual, and anyone can lay eggs. So, don't know. Yeah.
Well, Yoshi's just Nintendo, right? Nintendo can do whatever the hell they want. So it's
true.
It's really just, I mean, it's not about male or female. It's Nintendo, and Yoshi can do whatever Nintendo wants to do. And in this case, it will be done by Donald Glover.
Love that.
Which I am very hyped for. I will say the trailers I've seen for the new Mario movie just had me rolling. I think we've talked about it briefly before, but yeah, turn the hat backwards.
It needs to be red. But your count needs to be red if we're going to channel Fred Durst.
I went all Luigi today. Look, it's such a shame. But yeah, you know, the mini Bowser painting the little painting in the little castle, and having Mario and Luigi come and critique it. Like, yeah, that absolutely finished me. Like that exchange alone. Like, give me that for an hour and a half, and I'm happy. So yeah,
the first movie was
excited.
so good. It was so surprisingly good.
Yeah, had a phenomenal time with the first movie.
Not even Chris Pratt could ruin that.
I mean, he tried, but man failed. Like, I genuinely have. What did we say before? Isn't there like a special place in hell reserved for Chris Pratt? Or I can't quite remember exactly what we deem to be appropriate punishment for such a human, but. Yeah, not even Chris Pratt or Jack Black could ruin such a movie.
I quite like Jack Black, to be fair. There's too much Jack Black these days. Yeah. This is the thing. It's the Nickelback effect, isn't it? It's oversaturation of a thing. Jack Black's been overplayed.
Yeah,
Chris
he
Pratt has
has.
been overplayed.
And yeah.
And keeps doing really terrible. I thought better of Rebecca Ferguson, to be fair. Like, why are you in that awful Amazon vehicle for like AI? Bad.
Disappointing.
Bad.
Disappointing.
But every actor is allowed one. Maybe that's Rebecca Ferguson's. Because usually she's just absolutely incredible.
Shout out to
films.
Silo for being... Silo was one of the greatest TV shows I've seen in the last, like, 25 years.
I still haven't watched it.
You're a disgrace. Speaking of disgrace...
I'm working my way through Shrinking at the moment. Shrinking, which is fantastic.
Shrink faster.
Shrink faster.
There's a silo to be watched.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. You're a disgrace. Move
on. Yes, happy Mario Day. Go buy some Mario games. Get triple rewards, folks. Let's jump into some community questions. And yeah, we're still vibing with Resi, and Malcolm Cregan over on Facebook has asked a question that we actually had answered by the time we recorded this week. He said, "What do you think is next for Resident Evil? Could we see DLC for Resi 9? Yes, we can. I just finished recently and I couldn't ask for anything better. It's fantastic."
Yes, it is. And yes, we do have DLC confirmed yesterday, which is just epic news for everybody involved.
Meaty story DLC.
It's just been an absolute celebration on our social channels of late. Yes, I am very, very biased towards that franchise, as we all know. But I mean, it's been just an absolute joy to play through. It reviewed wonderfully. So many of the community have been playing alongside, completing way ahead of me. Some of those platinum runs, like I'm in awe really, because look, I love Resi. Okay, I do. I absolutely adore it. But I am not in any way good enough to plat a Resi game. Like I'm just not. Like I'd be amazed if I ever achieve such a feat. I'm on my second playthrough now, even on moderate difficulty, and it's like, man. But I mean, it's not difficult, but it's just the idea of going up to insanity and doing this all again, and then doing certain things like not using any health injectors or not crafting any weapons or ammo, and it's just like, how do you do this? Like, you seasoned Resi pros, I salute you, all of you. One of them is to release Elpis in under 4 hours, and I've seen some of the screenshots of people. I saw one person's yesterday. They finished it in 4 hours and 7 seconds. It was 7 seconds over what was required for the trophy. I'd smash up the apartment. I absolutely would. Like, it's just
Fox, take cover.
Yeah, the cat's having it. No, but there's so many challenges in there, and yeah, for me, I salute anyone that plats that game. Epic.
I'll be honest, I salute anyone who platinums anything. I'm like, at one end of the spectrum, you have extreme trophy hunters, and at the other end of the spectrum, this guy. But like all respect, like play however you want. Like I've got so much respect for people that speed run and are genuinely good enough. I am rubbish, and I salute and admire your skills. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be an easy mode fan as well.
Absolutely. Look, enjoy the story. Like, I mean, and Resi games are built on. We'll maybe touch upon quickly the post I put up last week, because there was an article that was posted saying people now want an open world Resident Evil game after Requiem. And it's like, so just put that up with the caption, no, they don't. And I will say that, like, the post went nuts on Instagram and across the Facebook. And 98% of people commenting are like, nope, get away from me. We do not want this. I do not know a single Resi fan that wants this. There was the odd person that was open to a semi-open world. There was one really angry guy that said, I want this. You don't speak for me. Sorry.
Fair.
Do apologize. Done with this sort of thing. Careful now. But by and large, like, Resi is built on replayability, yeah, on that claustrophobic horror, and you replay the hell out of it to the point where if you are that skilled, you plat the game. For me, I'm on my second playthrough now, and I'm just loving it. Like, just going back through and having a bit more of an idea. less jumpy because I kind of remember where things are, and it's just that story experience again, but without the as much of a fear of the fear. That is, of course, until I run into that eight-legged thing once again, which I'm not looking forward
Have
to.
you seen the mod that turns that into Thomas the Tank Engine?
I have, and I think it's. I think that should be a feature. No, honestly, given that segment and how unsettling it was, I do not like those things. It could be this big. It could be as big as a house. I don't like you. It was deeply unsettling. But I also saw the mod on PC where somebody had changed the big bloaty guy, I can't think of his name, into Shrek, which was which was wonderful too.
That was phenomenal. Just Shrek waddling about.
Yeah. So, and I saw somebody put it with I'm a Believer from the film. I think it was I'm a Believer, was it? Yeah, just great.
I'm gonna have to dig that out. That sounds incredible.
Wonderful.
I just love how quickly these things pop up. Like every so often, there's loads of things like the general state of Twitter that sort of just makes you really depressed about the state of the internet in 2026.
Yep.
And then every so often, something wonderful will happen, like Shrek.
Yeah.
It's autonomous tank engine mods where they shouldn't be, and it's just the best.
Restores your faith in humanity a little,
Just a little bit. Just
a little
bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. And then you wander into some like needlessly graphic hentai again, and you're just like, Elon, what are you doing?
Make it stop. You did say as well, like, where do we? I think Malcolm's question was, where do we think the Resi franchise will go next? We know we've got DLC coming, which is epic. They did say to be patient; it's in development. So, will that come before the end of the year? Maybe not. Like the hope that it does.
No rush. Make it meaty.
Absolutely, you take your time. But I still truly believe we're going to get a Code Veronica remake next. I just do. That's my feel. So look, we will see. I'm hyped to have Resi back. To see it score as well as it did was just wonderful for the community. And yeah, I'm in no way finished with replaying Requiem. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff to come, I feel.
Thanks, Malcolm. Sticking with some horror. Dan Percy's gotten in touch to say Days Gone deserves a sequel. That's not a question, just a fat statement.
It's a fact
there by Dan. With all the horror games getting released, do you think Sony may take a risk on a sequel? Also, I now call it a Big Muck. Thanks for bringing that to my brain. Thank Geek Named Mike, Dan, for bringing that to our brains on the last episode. Because yes, all I've really thought about, to be fair, is smashing in a Big Muck. And when you and I will next be together, so we can go in and order that together and just get laughed out of the building,
or inevitably posted to social.
Yes,
yes.
I think we did say we'd film it, and it's just going to be a nonplussed. It's going to be a nonplussed employee there. He's just like, "What the?
What are you talking about?"
Fine.
Get out. It's, and also again, just to touch on the second part of that statement there from Dan. It's amazing for us, right? Whenever we see anybody reference a previous episode in any way, shape, or form, it's like, wow, you listened before and you're coming back for more. Like, yeah, love.
Thank you. Leave us a like, drop us a review, please follow us.
Please,
it really helps. It really helps.
Yes. And for all of your physical gaming needs, check out the game collection. We'll do that again at the end, though. Days Gone does indeed deserve a sequel. Will we get it? Probably not. It feels like that ship has sailed.
I mean, the director's left the studio. Bender working on other things. Sony already rejected a pitch back pre-COVID. I will say though that, like, don't underestimate fan power, but it would have to be significantly greater fan power than we've sort of seen, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think you need some sort of event to champion that off the back of, right? So again, it is so many moving parts for Days Gone sequel to be greenlit, I'm afraid. We'd love to see it, of course. I really enjoyed my time with the first one, and I think a sequel would do absolute bits. But there's so many games like that, right? Where they've just kind of been left alone when there's so much more potential. So yeah, we are sorry to see it. We live in hope. But as we know from life in general, it is indeed the hope that kills you.
On that cheery note, another question about a horror sequel. So Endless Odyssey has asked, do you think we'll get an Until Dawn 2? And then has gone on to ask, which movie series do you prefer, Scream or Scary Movies? Let's unpack the first bit. Until Dawn. I don't think we're getting an Until Dawn 2.
No, not me. I also kind of, again, in the same way, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it did indeed make it to movie level. It's one of those things that, like, is it likely? No, but if it happened, would be like, oh, it's, yeah. I personally don't think so either. But I've actually written down for this question, but it also wouldn't surprise me because nothing really does anymore in this industry. Like, just random things happen.
We got the remake for PS5, didn't we? But then, like, there were layoffs that followed that, and then we had the news this week that, like, Ballistic Moon had been dissolved, which is just, again, really sad.
I did not see that. Okay, that would change my. Okay,
I think Supermassive, who obviously made the original, you know, they've made plenty of spiritual successes. So, you know, Dark Pictures anthology continues to rumble on. The Quarry was fairly well received. I think the universe, you know, you've got some unresolved lore and story elements there that you could tap into, but, like, I think the biggest thing with Until Dawn is, like, unless Sony are going to, like, do a big push around, like, it would need a fat marketing push. I just don't know that the IP is big enough to sustain.
No, I would agree.
You'd have to, unless it could be made quite quickly and relatively cheaply. So it's quite a low risk thing that taps into an existing IP. I don't think we'd see it. I don't know that the appetite is there. I don't know that they didn't market the remake particularly well. It's just sort of sent out, as some games are, to just die. We'll get onto more of those in a minute. But
okay.
But yeah, I don't know that we will see an Until Dawn 2. I just think that Supermassive, they're just doing their own thing. Most recently, Little Nightmares 3, but I don't. Yeah, they'll be back doing. They've got what's their new one? Is it Directive 8020? Is that
yes.
Supermassive?
Is it 8020? Yes, the one in space, right?
Lashana Lynch.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks cool.
Which looks really cool.
If you're into that type of game, then you can't really go wrong, right? Even the Dark Pictures anthology had some great titles. Like, it's if that's your kind of game, then what are they, like 7.58 out of 10s all day? Some reaching a little higher. So it's whatever you're into.
Yeah. But yeah, back half of that question, which I think is far more interesting. Scream versus Scary Movie.
Just Scary Movie 1 and 2 forever. Like, forever. I'd rather watch Scary Movie 1 and 2 over any of the Scream films ever again. And I like some of the Scream movies, I really do. But Scary Movie 1 and 2, I think as a cultural moment, I know I was probably still a little bit young to be watching Scary. I remember us being able to rent. Me and my friend had a sleepover when we were kids. We were in comprehensive school, but we were like maybe like, I don't know, like one of the first or second year of comp. How in God's name we got away with renting Scary Movie, I do not know, but we got it on VHS from the video shop. And man, like, yeah, what an education that was.
Phenomenal. I will say, I think Scream 1, people sometimes forget how seminal that was. And again, yeah, watch that long before I was old enough to really. People also forget that scriptwriter, Kevin Williamson, same guy who created Dawson's Creek.
Wow.
And you can see the similar. I mean, I love Dawson's Creek right now because I'm a sucker for a teen drama. Like, shout out the OC as well. But the
oh man, are we doing this? Are we? Do not segue me in. I tell you, he will not get me off the mic.
But you can kind of see it in terms of, like, some of that snappy, the snappy dialogue, and like, yeah, I rate Scream and Scream 2, but Scary Movie, man, I'm really, really interested in seeing, does Scary Movie work in 2026?
We're gonna find out.
I do think I saw a couple of articles over the last couple of days. One headline got me, which is like, Jen said complaining to get Scary Movie not broadcast at cinemas. And I'm like, that's a bold statement for an entire generation. Is it an entire generation? Is it just 2 people on Twitter that you're magnifying into a bigger thing to really help the marketing campaign for this film? I'm like, I really hate it when people are just like, let's make sweeping generalizations about millions of people based on the opinions of 3 folks we found on Twitter. It's like,
Well, that's actually what the that post I put up about Resi being open world, like people are now asking for this, and somebody commented, is like, yeah, people say people, and it's just one dude on Twitter, and I'm like, there we go, there it is,
that's
in a nutshell. But yeah, for me, Scary Movie 1 and 2, I actually think is probably more quotable. Like gold. I won't go into it.
There was definitely a heyday for that sort of parody movie, and then we got and then it sort of jumped the shark. We had like too many.
I will say that Not Another Teen Movie was also excellent.
Not Another Teen. I was about to say phenomenal.
That was a my movie.
An unreal cast as well, like an unreal cast.
Like, I forgot Chris Evans was in that. Just wild. But yeah, like I said, there's definitely been some great examples of a parody movie, as you say, and then much like anything else that does well, it's rinsed to death, and we end up despising it.
Hey, maybe it's been long enough. We will find out.
We shall see.
When Scary Movie. We should go see it, and then we should report back.
Anything for a day out. I'm down.
Love it.
There we go.
The immaculately named Farty McSprout has come in with another absolute banger. Now, we've talked about movie to game adaptations and game to movie before, but Farty's gone a little bit more focused on it and has said, what horror movies that currently have no game adaptations would you love to greenlight? And honestly, this is so great because horror in the last decade on film has gone places.
So, my first choice is purely because I just love the movie and it's the most I've enjoyed a horror in a long time. Long Legs was just phenomenal for me. Like,
that's a great shout.
I don't know how that would work in a video game kind of universe, but I loved Long Legs. Thought it was fantastic. Nicolas Cage was his usual wild self. But yeah, absolutely adored it. But I went back a little bit further, and for me, again, one of the scariest films I watched growing up, The Descent.
Oh, that's on my list as well.
Is it really?
Yeah.
The Descent is horrifying, absolutely horrifying, and I think that would translate really well, especially having played like Grace Ashcroft sections in Resi and how that claustrophobic kind of vibe and how well it goes. It's also why I think Silent Hill Townfall will now do even better because of that first person way that it plays. So yeah, that claustrophobic nature of The Descent was just horrifying to watch. And I also really enjoyed Creep as well, which is in the London Underground. Wasn't that a girl that got locked in the London Underground? I think that would make a cool video game adaptation too.
Oh man, The Descent would be so good. Like,
yeah,
finding equipment from previous spelunkers, like the claustrophobia, the darkness. Oh yeah, so good, so good. I had a couple on my list. So it wouldn't be a horror game, but I would like to take Shaun of the Dead and turn it into a Scott Pilgrim style arcade beat 'em up. I think that just called You've Got Red on You.
You've really thought about this, and
that would be incredible.
You've Got Red on You.
Pixel art style. Yeah, zombie beat 'em up. I would rate that. But yeah, you and I were chatting.
Only if we can get a Hot Fuzz sequel.
Oh, yes.
And they can call it Up to Our Nuts in Jugglers.
No, it would be cool for the greter good.
For the greater good.
It would be called The Greater Good or something like that. But like, so I think that would be sick. You and I were chatting beforehand. Midsommar would be, I think, incredible because it's such, like we were saying, it's such a different horror film because it's so bright, it's so colorful, it's so, typically, and this goes for games as well, it's all about shadows and lighting and things that go bump in the dark, being alone in the dark. But Midsommar is so different. But like, I think you can do creepy culty vibes in a video game. I think that would be an amazing IP. anything Ari Aster, to be fair, would be cracking to explore, I think, from a gaming perspective.
That would be immense in VR, right? But
Oh,
it's a shame. It's a shame the VR2 has been like left to die, it seems.
yeah, I think there's a podcast to be done on was it all a waste of time? VR in general. Yeah, yeah. There
It's a
was 6
shame,
months where I
really.
got into Beat Saber, just like everyone else, but yeah.
Like, what was the game? Oh, there was, I can't think what it was called. There was a game on the first VR that my dad picked up and absolutely loved. It escapes me now. You're in space
Was it Eve
and shooting the hell
Valkyrie?
out. No,
Oh,
no,
because
it
that's
was
great.
something. Is it Farpoint?
I don't know.
Farpoint, maybe something like that.
I remember going to, this was one of the last year. When did I do this? I think it was one of the last years. Being a games journalist potentially, and I remember going to Gamescom, and so I've met the insanity that is Palmer Luckey, because it was before the first Rift launched, and he brought up, like, Oculus had rocked up. They didn't have any space booked. They just sort of hired out this kind of penthouse suite in a hotel near the
Wow.
Carnixer. Actually, was this Gamescom or was it E3? I can't remember. Anyway, I turn up, and I had quite a heavy one the night before, and I turn up quite steaming, like not in a good state, and
Everyone a
VR,
professional.
you're like, oh, what's this really going to be? Anyway, the prototype of the Oculus Rift was this thing that looked like it was basically like something that you'd see on Blue Peter. It was like it had been made out of like cereal boxes and gaffer tape, and it was running Doom 3 BFG, and I remember putting it on, it blowing my mind, not just metaphorically, because my brain was too fogged to keep up with all of the stimulation that was happening, and I was just like, oh my god. But it was mind-blowing. I stepped into this new world. Unfortunately, it made my illness 10 times worse, and I was just stumbling around like the show floor, like the business area, the rest of the day, and people were just like, Matt, you look dreadful.
Illness.
Are you okay? And I was just like, I've been in another world. And that's the most that's the most VI ever moved me.
Wow, literally, yeah. I mean, it's a shame because it's had some cool moments. I will say that I've never ever been more scared of anything than the Shark Attack demo on VR Worlds. Was it that came with the original VR? I've never been more scared of anything in my life.
To be fair, I've never been more scared than I was during the kitchen demo at Capcom offices for Resi 7,
Resi.
and I was
I salute it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I salute anybody that has finished Biohazard in VR. I think that is the scariest game I've ever played. But that in terms of like a moment, I wouldn't class that Shark Attack as in VR World as like the scariest game I've ever played. But it is the most scared I have ever been, pretty much, of anything. I was a grown man playing that, and I screamed like a baby to the point that when I took it off and I was sweating, my father had been crying on the sofa for 15 minutes. He was just tears in his eyes, like holding his stomach, red, and was just like absolutely, because obviously I had the headphones in and everything, and I was just like, I was having a breakdown, and I looked at him and I could see that he probably hadn't laughed like that since he was a teenager, to be honest. It was a great family moment.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. I did have one more on my list. It's not really horror. It's sort of more sort of creeping psychological thriller. But I did think, Ex Machina.
Yes.
Yeah, Alicia Vikander, Robot, Turing Test, lots. Donald Gleason, Oscar Isaac, really good. Alex Garland writes and directs. I was thinking, could you do something similar to Detroit in a way? So it's very sort of dialogue heavy, narrative, choice driven sort of thing. And it's that kind of Turing test simulator in Nathan's facility, maybe with more folks, or maybe it's inspired by, you're trying to determine who's human, who's AI, is there a potential machine uprising that you can quell through your choices and your dialogue options to, I don't know. I think there's something really, and with AI becoming such a massive insidious part of life, I could eat a game like that for breakfast. I'd really enjoy that.
And just in case nobody had copped on by now, Matt's favorite genre of video games are RPGs.
Well, that's less of an RPG. That'd be more like, just sort of a choice and consequence narrative
No,
adventure.
I mean, it's you. It's just you, just deep diving into all of these choices and
Give me branching
designs.
narratives.
I'm out.
I love it. I love it
Give me
so
a-
much. Anyway,
give me
I
a
love you,
platformer,
Farty
man.
McSprout. Thank you very much for your questions.
Yeah.
They're always
He-
great.
He always gives the best questions. Thank you very much.
We've got some great ones still to come though. So Liam Simcox has asked, and I had to think about this. If you had to survive one night
Oh,
in a horror game universe, he's only given us 3 options. Would you choose Resident Evil, Dead Space, or Silent Hill?
Christ. Like, none of them and all of them. It's so hard to pick. I'm probably going to go Resi because it has such a special place in my heart. And I'm hoping that I get to meet some cool characters along the way. I just want to see Leon Kennedy like actually roundhouse
That's
a
actually
zombie
a
in the
really
head.
good point that I did not
Just
consider.
coming in now. It's just coming in now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just that thought. I mean, what have you got? I mean, you've got the likes of like James Sunderland hitting somebody with a bit of wood with a nail in it, or you've got Leon Kennedy like roundhouse zombies. Like, I know what I'm picking. That being said, yeah, I think Dead Space of the 3 is the least appealing because I don't want to die on some abandoned like ship filled with
You've got
horrific...
monsters plus space. Like, space is super dangerous. Like,
yeah,
nah.
I'm out. I'm going to pick Resi purely for the fact that I'd like to hope to meet some characters along the way, and hope they keep me alive.
Well, that's it. Because I thought there's no way I'm surviving Dead Space. There's no way and I figured actually, like, unless I get super 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 lucky, there's no way I'm surviving a night in Raccoon City. Probably. So I went Silent Hill because I think I'd probably survive. I'd almost certainly lose my mind.
Yeah, that's the thing with Silent Hill, right? It's like
I'd be alive. I'd probably be dead in the other 2 universes, but like, there's a similar to what you're saying about, like, there's a chance I might run into some cool characters. There's a chance that I might keep my sanity. I'd be alive, but I'd probably go insane.
Or you'd be killed so quickly in Resi that it's like, well, it's over with. Do you know what I mean? Silent
true.
Hill.
There's a mercy there.
You're just pursued by Pyramid Head, man. Like, it's just this. It's just an awful time for everybody. I mean, Silent Hill is just so eerie. Like, I mean, Raccoon City is Raccoon City. Yeah, it's like, you know what you're getting. Like, Silent Hill is just it's just eerie around every turn. Like,
yeah, but what if you just hold up and you just don't go anywhere? I mean, I suppose the psychological aspects of
yeah, but you could apply that to all 3, couldn't you?
Well, yeah, but there are marauding things that want to kill you. In, like, the necromorphs would find you.
True.
In Dead Space.
Yeah.
Or like, just, wherever you are, like, the life support systems would just go down, or you'd run out of air, or some awful thing would inevitably ruin your night. Resi, I think you could probably hold up and it might be okay. Yeah, Silent Hill. Did you see that thing where it's just like, if you remove the fog from Silent Hill, it's just a rainy day in the UK?
In the UK, and
I'm just like, I've survived loads of those.
I'm 35. I'm a seasoned pro in this game.
Exactly, right? Like,
yeah. Fair enough. It's a great question. Like, at first glance, I was like, honestly, I don't even know where to start with this. But having now discussed this with you, I do feel a little more equipped to make a decision.
I do like your point about characters, because bumping into any of, like, you'd hope for Leon, but
yeah, roundhousing everyone, like, yeah, I'm in.
That'd be great. Thank you, Liam. Michael Lockerbie, shout out Michael, who always chips in with a comment, a like, a question. He's asked quite a pointed one this week to say, when will the lessons be learned about live service games and that gamers should not be classed as a product for them to continue to try and extract value from after the initial purchase of a game is made? And has then asked, will Marathon last longer than Highguard?
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Ooh,
Oh,
unless of course it gets shut down, and then it's not anything.
You would hope.
which
You
of
would hope
course-
with Bungie. You would hope with Bungie that actually, you know, it might have a better chance. But Sony's been trying this like for a while. Concord, yeah. Highguard, Marathon. Third time's the charm, lads. Third time's the.
If at first you don't succeed, just keep trying and hope that something.
It might have a better run, Sony. Like bring back like PlanetSide 3. Yeah, PlanetSide 2 was great. Like PlanetSide 3, guys, do that.
I am unfamiliar, but I will trust in your judgment.
Several hundred people FPS at the same time. It was awesome.
Oh,
well, it was
okay.
awesome. It was awesome in concept. Like you drop in and get killed in 5 seconds because, like, again, it's like hundreds versus 100. It's a bit mental. Anyway, will Marathon last longer than Highguard? Who knows? You would hope so because it's Bungie, but yeah,
we don't want to see anything get shut down. Like, again, let's highlight that once again. We do not want to see anything fail or get shut down or people lose their jobs. That is not what we're about. We sincerely hope that it's successful and that it works. But look, single player narrative driven games sell so well. And as a retailer, we like to sell things and enjoy things and talk about them on a mass scale on a daily basis with the community, with you guys.
As we've just done with Check's Notes, Resident Evil Requiem, which is also Check's Notes again, a single player narrative driven experience that's sold really well and is doing bits and is awesome.
Absolutely. And as mentioned, it has been an absolute celebration on social over the last couple of weeks with it. It's been an absolute joy. Like there's so many great memes flying around. There's so much to talk about. It's just when everything comes together like this, it really is just I almost swore it's a really fun time to be not just a gamer, but to speak to the community like this on a daily basis.
Yeah, 100%. I think, look, we've said this before. Devs, make the games that you want to make. I think the disappointing thing about live service games, like big budget live service games, and we've, you know, to highlight Highguard and before it Concord, it's just like the results when they go wrong are cataclysmic. Like Sony will roll on, but like thousands of people lose their jobs. You have livelihoods just snuffed out in an instant. Like, and it's so rare that they're given the time and resources needed post launch to you know, generate a fan base and kick on if they slightly miss it. What I would say is that, you know, we always say we love a redemption story, and you look at you know, a No Man's Sky had a decent budget, but it was also small enough that they could invest in making that 5-6 out of 10 game into a 9 out of 10 game, right?
Yeah,
that's just not possible for live services because there's so much money that goes into the maintenance of those things that if you don't hit your numbers day one, it's really, really, really hard to claw that back. And so the risk is massive. And at a time when, you know, there continues to be a resource exodus from the industry, both in terms of money and in terms of talent, do we really, you know, smaller games, and we said this before, smaller, less risky experiences that, you know, you don't have to bet the entire house on, like that's kind of what we want to see. And we are biased because, you know, live service games like that tend to be very digital first. But and I think, you know, me and Jack not to talk for you, but I think, you know, we both absolutely adore single player narrative experiences, and that's sort of our bread and
Yes.
butter, right? So we are biased, but yeah, I agree with Michael's comment about kind of monetization and squeezing. I do think it's slightly less predatory than it has been in the past. You know, in the heyday of when free to play first kicked in those first couple of years, they were just, it's everywhere. We've had legal things kick in around gacha and loot boxes and packs and things like that. So, you know, the likes of FC are slightly less predatory than they used to be in terms of
Yeah.
those gambling mechanics, and they are gambling mechanics, right? So I think it's better than it has been, but yeah, personally, I just want more awesome single player narrative experiences. And for Sony, who have built PlayStation off the back of phenomenal, game-changing, pun totally intended single player narrative experiences like your Uncharted's and your Gods of War, right? Give us, and you know, Naughty Dog is working on something, but what about the other studios? Like, yeah, I'd love to see more of that sort of live service money being used to fuel titles like a Clair Obscur Expedition 33 instead. There.
Yeah. Agreed. With you all of the way, sir.
I didn't write any notes for that, except a word that I we're too far in for me to bleep it out. So it's just a sort of F live service. That's my personal view, and it's not the view of the Game Collection. That's just my personal view. But I definitely agree with you, Michael.
See, I was a lot more pleasant. I just wrote, boo, single player, please.
Boo.
Down with this sort of thing.
And then finally, to take us home, Jonathan Atkins over on Facebook has asked, in the PS2 era, nearly every action film had a game tie-in with it. Should we bring this practice back? Also, which 5 or 6 out of 10 scoring games do you love? So first up,
yeah.
film tie-ins, yes, should come back.
Absolutely. The sad thing is, with how much games cost to make these days, how long it takes to make these games these days, that's probably where it falls down, right?
I think the beauty though, back in the day, you used to have like those tie-ins used to be fairly shoddy, a lot of them.
Yeah.
And then every so often something amazing like the Lord of the Rings ones would come along, or like, I don't know if you ever played Kung Fu Panda, but the Kung Fu Panda.
No, I did not.
Is absolutely incredible. Genuinely brilliant. Lots of fun.
I loved Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I know obviously that's not PS2 era, but yeah, I love Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation. Like, absolutely rinsed it and played it again when it came on the Classics catalog and just loved it. It's a lot clunkier than I remember. Surprise, surprise. But still an immense time for everybody involved.
I had that with the Phantom Menace, because they popped that on. They re-released Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace, and it's bad, but I enjoyed it.
But it's the memories, man. Take us back. But yeah, so would I love to see those kinds of things come back? Absolutely. How it would look with the way things are done today, like time wise, is it possible? Probably not. But this is a podcast where we talk about what we would love to see. Yeah, we want to see that. And
in podcast land, anything is possible.
This is true. 5 to 6 out of 10 games. Disclaimer, like, I love this one. I do love it, but I've shouted about it many times on social. But Croc is a 5 to 6 out of 10 game. But you know what? I love Croc, man. Like, Croc is janky
Croc's
and
great.
Really, really difficult to play. But Croc is awesome. And I'm also going to flip it. I'm going to drop in Resi 6 just because. And then I'm also going to say, even though I think this game is higher, I think there may be a more generalized view that this is a 5 to 6 out of 10 game. Buffy Chaos Bleeds, which I absolutely adored on PS. Like, I loved it on PS2. Was it PS2 or was it Xbox 360 I played it on? I want to say PS2. But it's, to some people, I would imagine that is very much a 5 to 6 out of 10 game. Not to me, though.
It's banging.
Yes, that.
I think that's the thing, though, isn't it? Like, those sorts of like licensed tie-ins at a time when you're enjoying that thing, and that's why they were often quite middling. It's because they were rushed out to coincide with the most with like a cultural moment, right? So it's no good having a game that lands 2 years after the film has happened, or so you're trying to get everything in together at the same sort of time to
Yeah.
capitalize on that hype bubble. And so often they were
Marketing
often,
plans, right?
yeah, and,
Like,
and so they often ended up being quite like the dev process was quite crunchy, and it often ended up with a game that was fairly derivative or riddled with bugs. And so, and speaking of riddled with bugs, that's a game on my list. So I've got Alpha Protocol on here, which I checked Metacritic 63. So it got some bad reviews upon release, but it's a cracking game. Developed by Obsidian. It will not surprise you, Jack, at all. It's an RPG, it's an action RPG
nope.
where you play as a spy. So yeah, like it's like Knights of the Old Republic 2, but you're a spy. And the freedom and the myriad branching ways you could approach your objectives and do things in that game was just absolutely staggering. But it was virtually unplayable when it launched. So yeah, got some real bad reviews. But it's amazing, and I played it again last year, and it is janky as hell, but the writing's still great. The design is still great. So yeah, Alpha Protocol for me. And then shout out. Actually, I did want to quickly shout out probably like the most Marmite game I think I've ever seen, which is Deadly Premonition, which I hated. I could not get into Deadly Premonition. But my best mate, who is a big David Lynch Twin Peaks fan, absolutely loved it. But that is a game that splits opinion, because I think that's Metacritic 68. But like, you will talk to people who think it's a 1 out of 10. You will talk to people who think it's a 10 out of 10. I'm more in the former camp. I thought it was borderline unplayable. I wanted is a game that I wanted to enjoy, but it's just horrific. It's just really bad. But there are people that absolutely adore it, because it's weird and quirky and Lynchian, and yeah, not for me.
It's not exactly that. It's a perhaps a slightly more niche audience.
Yeah. What I will say is, I think a nice success story in recent years has been Nier. So I remember when Nier came out on the 360, yeah, it got pretty widely panned. It was like 5 out of 10, 4 or 5 out of 10. Like, it was getting 4s, it was getting 5s. Obviously, Nier Automata, amazing Platinum Games, Joe Taro, like a brilliant kind of story and mind-bending narrative, and the action's superb, and it's just wonderful. Then they kind of retooled that original game to become Near Replicant, and it's elevated it in the process. So like, I like it when devs can go back to like an original like a game and go, the ideas in here were great, and they really were. There's some really interesting stuff in the original Nier, but yeah, and get a chance to sort of go, okay, this is more what we had in mind. We just like it when things come good. We love redemption arcs. Please don't think we don't, live service fans. We really do. But yeah, those are mine. Thanks, Jonathan. And thank you, everyone who came in with questions this week. We really appreciate you, as we always say. Yeah, let us know what you guys are playing. Let us know your views. Are you Scream? Are you Scary Movie? Hit us up. Let us know, what horror movies would you greenlight as your video game adaptations. And if you had to survive one night in our horror universe, yeah, Resi, Dead Space, or Silent Hill. Let us know in the comments. Please do leave a review, leave a like, hit follow on Spotify or Apple if you can, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Every little helps. But yeah, a pleasure as always, Jack.
Episode 23 in the bag, my friend.
Oh yeah.
I echo those sentiments, or that sentiment. An absolute pleasure as always. Thank you to all of you collectors who listen, who chip in with questions, who just like or even retweet or just talk to us about everything or anything every day on social. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you.
We love you guys. And for all of your video gaming needs, and for some
For all of your video gaming needs. Wow.
Oh, it was bound to happen eventually after 20 plus episodes and God knows how many TikTok videos.
Oh,
but for all of your physical gaming needs and for some banging Mario titles with triple rewards until the end of Sunday night, yeah, do check out the game collection.
That's us.
We'll see you next time, folks. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.